welcome to my channel. I'm Phoenix, and today I have more top 10 goodness for you with longbows. Now this top 10 is a little bit more diverse than I would usually make, because let's be honest, if it was just my top 10 longbows, it would be 6 minutes of Gutsu. Links to my top 10 legendaries up top. Whilst trying to showcase the diversity of the weapon design in game, I've only scratched the surface. The depth and scope of creativity in Guild Wars 2 weapon design is quite breathtaking. That said, there are links below to all the weapons I've showcased here, so if any tickle your fancy, you know where and how to get them. So let us tarry not and jump straight in with the Glacial Longbow. I love this weapon set. If you've watched my videos, you will know that I am obsessed with its icy cool theme. For me, it ticks all the boxes with its beautiful, subtle particle effect and a grace of line which I find deeply pleasing. The Berserker's Mordrem Warbow is included here because, at least in my eyes, it has a beautiful Pan's Labyrinth feel to it. A dark, fairy tale horror fantasy ethos which is expertly captured in its exquisite yet disturbingly sculpted contours. Also, if you haven't seen the movie Pan's Labyrinth, I highly recommend it. Onto the God Slayer Warbow. This dynamic looking bit of kit is bold and unapologetic about its aggressive design, which bursts into life when drawn. From its dominant, angry kitty mask and discharging turbines to its neon blue, thin drawstring, this is very much the honey badger of bows. The machined longbow. There are a few hoops you will have to jump through to craft this bad boy, but I think it's well worth it. The steampunk-inspired design is a big draw for me. I think the juxtaposition of its officiously opulent Victorian ornamentation with the brutish and utilitarian cogged apparatus is a marriage made in steampunk heaven. Desert King's Longbow. The Desert King set is again a favourite of mine, and the longbow is an outstanding example of the beauty and imagination of the Nile Kingdom and its extraordinary culture, whose unfaded influence still inspires the minds of artists today as much as it did 30 centuries ago. The Peacemaker's Longbow. If you are a fan of over-the-top Assyrian design, I humbly offer the Peacemaker for your consideration. It has that unmistakable Aztec feel with a healthy dose of neon lightning as the cherry on the top of your pretty in pink cake. Now, you are of course spoilt for choice in this department, but this bow is a great starting point for your collection of Assyrian artifacts. The Fire-Breathing Longbow. The Fire-Breathing Longbow allows you to hold in your hand the majesty and power of the true dragons, not the pretender elder fakes, but the true, noble, and ephemeral yet eternal guardians of the worlds in between. Dwarfing its wielder, there is something truly magical about this smouldering idol. Ydalir is an understated offering comparatively, and best suited to those who desire a more realistic role-playing ethos. This ascended bow is unlocked by the Ranger's Dragon Hunter Elite specialization, and therefore you must own the Heartathon's expansion to wield this bone-etched piece of art. The Storm Bow. To hold a thunderstorm in your hand is to wield this weapon. It is a riot of particle effects moulded into the shape of a bow. It is also surprisingly understated, almost subdued in colour palette, and from a distance you would be hard-pressed to even see the bow. This inherent contradiction, at least for me, is a big part of this bow's appeal. The Auric Longbow. I love the extravagance of the Auric Longbow, the sweeping line of its design, the dazzling aura and radiance of the whole set is just a must for the magpie-ish, and I definitely qualify for that. There is a quality to them, a grace and economy of design which sets them apart from most of the skins in game. But in truth, the Auric set is just one example of the imaginative genius of the artists employed by ANet. So that's my top 10, which could have easily been a top 20 or top 30. So let me know in the comments below which of my choices you loved, which you loathed, and which I missed. There will be many, I am sure. And if you're feeling inspired and want to join the Guild Wars 2 community and jump into game, there are referral links below to the free-to-play game, the Heart of Thorns expansion, and the Path of Fire expansion too, thanks to the generosity of ANet and the partner program of whom I am a proud affiliate. Using any of these referral links directly supports my channel. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please show some love to Ada, Hain, Molinai, Dark Griever, Sandrake, and all my wonderful and generous patrons, without whom I would not be able to dedicate the time and resources I do to all my channels. I can never thank them enough. So that's the end of the video. I hope you will join me again very, very soon, but until then, as always, thanks for watching.